Hello and welcome back to Press Reset, the Poogles Games podcast, where we talk all about the latest in gaming news, what we've been playing, and our overall just reviews and first impressions of things, including the Switch 2. That's right, because it is June 5th today, the release day of the Switch 2. So we got a lot to talk about here.
Yeah.
I figure we just don't even talk about what is happening in the news, even though there's a lot going on. It's quite a week. It has been very, very packed with news. Just with all the SGF about to happen, and then we also got I don't want to say surprise, but a sudden state of play that just happened yesterday. So I mean, maybe we could talk about that a little bit towards the end because
Yeah.
there was a couple good things in that I think we should definitely try to touch on. But it's Switch Day, baby. The Switch is out, and I don't want to waste any time. But before we get into us talking about the actual Switch itself, I want to talk a little bit about our experience of actually picking this thing up
Oh
because
my god.
I had quite the journey, quite the experience picking this thing up. Where did you pre-order yours from?
I pre-ordered mine from a GameStop, and holy shit, that was also that was also an experience.
How'd it go?
So our line wasn't as packed as yours, but the way they organized it was really weird. They had one line full of pre-orders who people completed the pre-order, so that would be me. And then one line of the people who didn't like pay it off yet but still pre-ordered. And people were getting so rowdy, dude.
Really?
Like they were getting mad. Dude, there was literally one dude who was like banging on the walls.
Wow.
He's trying to like actually get in.
So they were upset?
Yeah, because they were doing two at a time.
Yeah.
And one of the guys ended up taking like I think 20 minutes by himself because they gave him the wrong bundle. And
Yeah,
then
I'd
there's
be
like
pretty upset.
yeah, I don't blame him, but I felt so bad for him because he walked down and everybody booed him.
That's hilarious. Did they do anything special?
No. If you were a GameStop Pro member, you got a Red Bull for free.
Wow. How nice of them.
I know, right? And
So, yep,
yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. There's also like I think at some point like a group of teenagers who started like shouting at us. The entire line.
Everyone?
Yeah, at everybody.
About what? What happened?
I don't know. They were just asking. I think they were asking what we were in line for, but then the crowd kept on like calling them names. And like they were like, my crowd was like, "Oh, I just want to get into a fight. I just want to fight."
That's crazy.
It was, yeah,
Well,
but that was my experience.
what time did you get there?
I got there at 10:30 and I wasn't out till like I think I wasn't out till like 12.
Dang. Yeah. I ordered mine from Best Buy the night the pre-orders went up. And so I go there last night because they were doing the midnight release too, but we are on Central Time. So it opened up at 11 and I was getting off of work at 11. So I got off work. I left there. I got everything done pretty fast. So I was out of there by like 11:05. So I got to Best Buy within probably 10 minutes, but I expected people to be lining up way in advance, especially because they were doing two lines, kind of like yours, but one line for the pre-orders and one line for just in stock, just for people to walk up. And damn, that line on both sides were ginormous, like hundreds of people. I can't believe they had that many even in stock because even while our line, the pre-order line, was getting closer to the end, the stock line was still like 100 people that were just all waiting. And so I got there probably around 11:15 and the lines are already pretty far back, but I figured, this is the pre-order line, this is the stock line, and they're going to prioritize the pre-order line
Right.
because it should have been just in, scan, out. Yeah, like it shouldn't have been. They were upselling, of course, the all the accessories and physical games and whatnot, and even like Lego sets and whatnot. But no, instead, what they decided to do was grab two people from each line at a time. So
Oh.
only four people were allowed into the store at a single moment. And like I said, there was like hundreds of people there. And even though I got there at 11:15, I was already way in the back. And I I got there 11:15. I don't
Mm.
think I walked out the doors until 12:45.
Damn. Oh my god.
And for all of you listening that aren't from the Chicago area, even though it's June, it still gets fucking cold here at night.
Yeah.
Thankfully, yesterday it rained all day.
Mhm.
It rained from I don't know. I woke up, it was raining, and thankfully, it stopped raining at like 9 o'clock. But like literally, it rained all day long.
It
So
was. It was bad.
thankfully, we were able to avoid the rain standing out there because
Mhm.
that would have been terrible. But like I said, I waited an hour and a half to just like even get in the store, basically.
Mhm.
So it's 12:30. It's like 50 degrees out, and I just came from work, so I'm just in my khakis and my shirt. I'm like, this sucks, and it's lines like not even moving. It was just it was really frustrating for we went through the hassle of having to pre-order them,
Mhm.
and these people who are just walking up are getting in line faster, getting their switches faster, and it was just really fucking bullshit.
Mhm.
But I got my Switch, so I can't complain. The staff was great. They were constant, like anytime just one person was just walking up from the parking lot, they were immediately like, "Do you have a pre-order, or are you trying to like walk in?" And they directed everyone where to go, so there was never any confusion. And then
Mm.
even though we were waiting a long time, they kept on coming back down the line and reassuring that like, "Hey, don't worry, if you pre-ordered, we have your stuff. We're not you're we're not giving it away. You don't have to worry. You are leaving tonight, even if it goes past 1 o'clock, because they said originally that they were going to be open from 11 to 1, but it was I didn't get mine till 12:45, and there were still people
Right.
behind me. But they were like, hey, no, don't worry. You're gonna get your stuff. And then they were also handing out tickets to the people lining up in the stock, and they were up until me getting to the actual doors, they were still coming out and being like, "Hey, are you still handing out tickets?" Like the manager was talking to the guy that was working at the front. And he goes, "Hey, do all these people have tickets and whatnot?" So I imagine that they had like, even though there was like hundreds of people lining up, even in the stock line, I imagine that they still had like an abundance that they were just
Yeah.
because they never like turned anyone away in the hour and a half I was there, uh, basically till 1 o'clock, which is
Mhm.
insane. I don't know how they just one Best Buy store managed to get their hands on. I would have to imagine over 500 switches
Mhm.
because it was ridiculous. Even on any given day, I've never seen that parking lot like that. It felt like going to the movie theater the night of Endgame. It's like, damn,
Honestly,
it's
yeah.
like 1 o'clock in the morning and this place is packed. You can't even find a parking space.
I know what you mean. At like a couple hours beforehand, like at 7 o'clock, I passed by the area, dude. The line was out the door still for Best Buy. People were like camping it out. They
Yeah.
had like the chairs.
And then I was going on Facebook because our town has like a local page
Mm.
that people just post bullshit on.
Right.
It's always people being angry, like, why is there so many people lined up outside of Best Buy? And then I saw that and I was like, oh, that post was like from 5 hours ago. So that means there was people
Oh.
lined up like at 6 o'clock. So I was like, damn,
Oh.
like the store was still
Mhm.
open at that point. Because I think they
Yeah.
closed at 9, like their normal
Mhm.
hours, and then reopened at 11. Yeah, but so yeah, that was fun. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't
It
get
was an
home
experience.
until about 1, but I was still eager to open this bad baby, and I guess
Mhm.
that's where we should go from there. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
The Switch, we have our hands on it. We spent
Mhm.
I would say I spent like 10 hours. Now recording at 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I stayed up until like 4 o'clock this morning
Dude,
playing,
yeah.
and then I woke up around 11 and basically been playing all day. So I feel like I've put
Mhm.
like about 10 hours into it, but I want to start with the hardware. But we'll get to the software. Admittedly, I don't think I played a lot, a lot of different things. Spent most of my time
Mhm.
on one game, obviously, but the hardware. I let me talk about the hardware. I need to grab my notes. I wrote them down last night at like 2 in the morning. I was like, damn, my first impressions of like actually unboxing it. Hold on, let me tell me what you
All
think
right.
about like your first unboxing it. How you felt.
You want me to describe it while you're going to grab the
Yeah,
notes?
it's literally right here. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, unboxing it, dude. It's fucking big. It is massive. Like the screen size is actually like way better than the original Switch. Comparing it, did you hear that? I just
Something.
talked about how big the screen is.
Yeah, that was so. The concern was that you know the rumors. I mean, this thing was rumored to hell or leaked to hell, right? And
Hmm.
one of the rumors that came out was that it was in fact not going to be OLED, and
Right.
that was a real bummer. I think we are all
Yeah.
like, especially with the price. I mean, we didn't know what the price was, but we imagined it was still going to be expensive no matter what, and it wasn't going to have OLED. That really sucks. But
Hmm.
that's the first thing I wrote down. The moment you unbox this thing, it's apparent that this thing is much larger, and
Yeah.
not only that, the screen upon booting it up looks great.
Hmm.
I think it's big, it's clear, and for it not being OLED, it's very passable for it being a next iteration of a product that had a superior screen. And
Hmm.
damn, I'm like out of breath. The only thing is, and I don't know if this is like an LCD thing, but with the OLED, I don't know if it's gonna. This is my OLED switch,
Hmm.
and just maybe this will help. Man, let me take this old primitive thing off. If you can see, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but the bezel with the OLED is
Yeah.
so small, and I don't know if that's an OLED thing or just a LCD problem. But even with the massive screen, there's still like a little chunky
Also,
bezel
about it.
around the
Yeah.
Switch too, which I don't know if they just couldn't figure that out. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the only thing that really bothers me. If it's not going to be OLED, that's one thing. It brings down the price certainly. Um,
Hmm.
and then also, correct me if I'm wrong, but even all the Switch ones were 720.
Yeah.
Even the OLED was 720, but this one is 1080, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that definitely makes a huge difference.
Yeah. There's a big improvement looking at it.
Um, I don't really have any other impressions of the screen. I mean, it's the screen. It looks good.
Mhm.
It's bigger. There's not much
Right.
more. I mean, I don't really like putting my fingers on it, except if I'm typing in something. But
I was because doesn't it have a layer on top of it now,
I,
like a
I
like a protective screen on it?
I have no idea.
Because I know Nintendo was like warning people not to take it off because
Is
it's
that
supposed to
what that
protect
is?
the
Because
screen.
I did feel like when I was because I did not set up the dock until just right before this, just to charge it.
Right.
So I've been laying just on my futon over there, right where my pillow's at. Um, and I just been playing handheld the entire time. So
Hmm.
I while I was playing handheld, I thought I could notice like there's I don't know, like
They're
there's like a
a
shine, like a glint at the top,
yeah. It's
like
I
it
think
right
it's that
between
layer.
the like
Hmm.
actual case and
Right.
the bezel. And
And
and I
it is
thought
so.
I wanted to pick at it because I was like, it
Mhm.
looks like like the piece of plastic that was like cut off but a little
Yeah,
jagged.
they've been telling people not to take it off, and it is so noticeable if you're like out in the sunlight.
Well, now I'm gonna take it off just
That's
because they don't want me to.
good.
You got any other thoughts about the screen?
Yeah, honestly, other than that protective layer, you pretty much said everything. I honestly do like the size of it,
Yeah,
and
it feels good.
yeah, I do wish it was OLED because I do miss how the colors popped, especially going into certain games.
Yes, certain games definitely.
Because I tried certain other games, like yeah, and I do kind of just miss the color popping, but I do love the screen size.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to see where that protective layer is, but God, I have so many fingerprints on it.
yeah, me too. Um, the Joy Cons.
Mm,
I'm not a huge fan of Joy Cons. I think they're pretty. They feel really cheap, and
mm-hmm,
they feel the same. They're a little bigger. The face buttons are a little bigger, which is nice.
mm,
They're I think they're like a little like rounder too, so they don't feel like you're just like pushing in like a fidget
right.
toy or something. They
Mm-hmm.
actually like kind of feel like buttons on a controller. But the magnetic system,
So satisfying, dude.
so nice.
It's yeah.
There is a button on this thing now that rather than the button that you would use to hold down, where you would need like two hands essentially to hold the switch, push the button on the old Switch Joy-Con, and then slide it up. There is a button, almost a trigger, that is built in straight into the controller that all you have to do
Mm-hmm.
is just pull it and it just comes right off because it's magnets. So rather it's sliding in,
Right.
and this might be too loud, honestly, but
It's
let's
gonna
just.
sound so nice.
Did
It
that pick
just
up
didn't
at all?
catch the mic. No, it didn't.
Yeah, but it's super. It does feel nice. Like initially when this thing was like shown off, they did show off that I think they showed it off without the Joy Cons being attached, and then we
I think
saw
at
them get
first, yeah.
attached. So then we saw this little like microchip piece that we're like, oh man, that thing is totally gonna get like torn off, and I'm still a little concerned for it. But this thing is, it's so nicely built that like it feels like quality
Mm-hmm.
plastic and metals and whatnot. So putting this thing in, it just feels like it just really connects without feeling like it's jank. And even when playing in, like I said, I played all in handheld today, so while laying down, it never felt like the Switch one. I always felt like they kind of like wiggle a little
Yeah.
bit, and it just it's scary almost.
Right. It doesn't feel nice.
It's yeah, it feels cheap, and
Right.
that's because they are. These Joy-Cons suck. They suck. I hate these Joy-Cons, but they're
Mm-hmm.
nice for a handheld. I really like them in handheld mode, but you will never catch me using this thing on my dock and using the Joy Cons with the Joy-Con grip. Hell no. Give me the
Right.
Pro controller, or hell, even a GameCube controller, because I'm not using
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, they feel really good. They snap. It's really satisfying. I think it's a lot more satisfying than even the. I mean, I'll give the Joy Cons. The first Joy Cons. It was kind of
Mm-hmm.
satisfying. Hearing that snapping, but no, this is totally an upgrade. But
I was gonna say something so nice about just hearing the like clicking of it.
yeah. And there's a couple nice features like I did test out the mouse, and the
Mm-hmm.
mouse does feel really good actually.
It's
It,
surprising.
it's
It's like way better than I thought it was gonna be.
it's very responsive. It's very
Mhm.
accurate. The only thing is like still trying to like claw it. It can be a little
Yeah.
awkward because sometimes I was like, do I put my
Mhm.
finger on ZR or ZL or whatever
Right.
it's or
What
ZR
what's
or
kind of
ZR?
crazy? What's kind of crazy about it though is just being able to do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
being able to put on my legs or like the armrest.
what do you know about putting it on your legs?
What do you mean? I
Well,
was I was
we'll get to that. It's funny that you say that. We'll get to that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's really responsive. I haven't really used it a lot except for one particular game, which is what I'm hinting at with you saying about your lab.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
figured out what you mean.
but yeah, that's it feels good. It
Mhm.
it's a new Switch. It's an upgrade Switch. I don't know if it necessarily is like the most revolutionary kind of like I don't know if it brings the excitement like unboxing a PS4 after playing a PS3 for so long. If
Right.
it's seeing that like jump and feeling of like having a DualShock 4 in your hand after using a shitty
Mhm.
DualShock 3 for so long. I don't think it's kind of like that level of change, but it's certainly an upgrade from this hardware that has been beaten to hell for the last 8 years. So
God, it's been that long.
yeah, 2017, May 3rd or March 3rd. Yeah. Well, so yeah, it feels great. Feels great.
Mhm.
Um, better yet, it plays. It's so smooth. The
Yeah.
actual, the actual machine. There is a substantial upgrade that addresses all the things that make in the last few years playing on the Switch really kind of unbearable.
Right.
Um, the the screens moving around, going, god forbid you try to buy a game from the eShop on your Switch, it's going to take you
Oh my
longer
god.
just to
Yeah.
buy the game than to actually beat the game. And
Mhm.
everything now, it feels like a modern device. You click on this shop and you're in.
Mhm.
It loads for a second, and second later you are scrolling, and not just scrolling like how it did on the Switch, where it would kind of
Mhm.
like take a
Like
while for
lag a
it to
little bit.
catch
Yeah.
up. Nope, it's just it's buttery smooth, and you know exactly where to go,
Mhm.
and getting there is not an issue at all, which is so satisfying after
Mhm.
using that thing for 8 years. That's honestly like the biggest thing that like stands out to me about the thing is like we could talk about like the games, but admittedly the games that I have played are all new games, so I
Mhm.
we'll get that we'll get to that. But the biggest thing I think going into this new generation of Nintendo was making seeing how they would catch up to the curve
Right.
because they obviously did something less innovative and more iterative, and the concern with that would be okay, well, they've always been innovative, but are they giving up that thing that makes Nintendo, that innovation? Are
Mhm.
they giving that up? And does this iterative generation kind of warrant this lack of innovation? So, because if it wasn't going to iterate in the ways that it really needed to, um, this case, like addressing the concerns of power, really.
Yeah.
If it wasn't going to do that, then we're kind of missing out on the core of what Nintendo is. And if this is the change that they're heading in, then of course the power is probably the most important thing, aside from, of course, the games. And I think if we look back on it, the Switch might have the greatest library of Nintendo's ever had on any
Right. And
console.
it has one of
And
the best Mario games of all time on it.
yeah, the one that you've played,
Yeah, honestly, the best one. Really the only one you need.
Galaxy 64.
Listen, I
64
played 60
64 is
I played
regarded as like the best
64 on
game
the 3DS. Um
on the
which
3DS.
or not 3D on the D, I can't remember, is one of them. But I played a little bit of Galaxy. Just a little bit.
In the bundle.
Yeah, and like the All-Star bundle that was like
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah. I mean,
it was okay.
you gotta play it on the Wii. Really, you gotta really twirl it around, not use a
Honestly, yeah.
small Joy-Con to kind of just. I don't know. It feels weird waving the Joy-Cons around.
Yeah.
You got any other notes on the hardware?
Um
Have
I'm
you
trying to think
did you
other
play
than
at
just
all?
like
Did you play at all in the in docked?
Yeah, I played docked and I played both
Did
on
you
and
get
off.
any accessories?
No, dude, getting an accessory would have been a hassle
Yeah.
because you couldn't buy accessories at GameStop. You would have to go all the way into the back of the line when you picked up your Switch. So you have to pick up your Switch and then go all the way back.
Yeah, fortunately Best Buy allowed the option that when you walked in, like I said, they were upselling you, so you could. There was two
Mhm.
different, like most Best Buys, I imagine they have a dedicated pickup window for
Yeah.
online orders, right? So they had just I don't know if everyone went straight to that window for just the Switch. I think it was only for the pre-order people, but
Mhm.
they're like, go pick up your Switch over here, and then if there's anything else you want to accessorize or any accessories that you want to buy, you can go ahead and just grab your Switch, grab
Mhm.
the product because they had they literally just only had that front corner, like literally right around the corner from the door.
Right.
It was that was the only part of the store that was open, so they brought like all the Nintendo products forward there. So if you wanted something, you could literally just grab it and then go to the other register and just check out like normal.
Right. Oh, did you get any accessories?
I did not, but dude, honestly, and I'm gonna you can put this on the record.
Oh God.
I'm gonna retract my statement that I made in my video for my switch to direct impressions about the camera. I may have been wrong. I was watching Kind of Funny play because they've been streaming all night, and I was watching them play Mario Kart with the
Mhm.
camera, and it actually looks really, really funny. I'm not gonna say it's
Really?
impressive or like this revolutionary technology, but
Mhm.
it is cool seeing you know one person being in second place with their face in real time above your cart. So it's like that if we're
Mhm.
playing Mario Kart and you're a second place and I'm right behind you and I hit you with a red shell and just coming right past you is just my face, that's pretty funny. So and
You know what
it
we're gonna have to do now, right?
we're gonna have to do
We're gonna
a
have to
stream.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was honestly I was like I saw it happen because I was watching it today and I was like, damn, I wonder if Best Buy has any more. And I went to the app and they didn't, but Target did. But
Fuck.
then I was like, no. I also heard that you could maybe plug any USB C camera into your Switch and it'll work.
Oh,
So I don't
that
know if
might make
that's true.
sense. I think I could try that out.
I have a
Yeah.
USB webcam, the Ripley cam that is
Mhm.
retired right now, which would have been perfect. She's finally actually like taking a nap right there. That would have been so perfect. But I unplugged it to try it, and I also have an adapter to
Mm.
USB to USB C. And I plugged it in, and the moment I plugged it in, it said camera detected. But then I went to the settings and tried to run a test of the camera. If you go to the settings and then accessories or something, there's an ability to test the camera, and I tried
Mhm.
doing that, and it said like um,
Oh.
no camera detected or whatever. So I was like, I didn't know. So that gave me the reason to boot up the dock or set up the dock because then I'm wondering like, okay, maybe I can like plug in the camera through the dock USB
Mhm.
and it'll work. But I don't know. But we'll see. And I'm definitely gonna try that out later because that would be hilarious. Because I think me and Maya are gonna be playing that, and that would be
Mhm.
hilarious to have her see my face on screen as I pass her. Because of course I'm gonna pass her.
I don't. We'll get into it later. We'll get into it later
I
when we
mean, we
get to
could
the
jump right
games.
into it. Do you have any
And we,
other thoughts about the hardware?
I got nothing else about the hardware. I think we pretty much covered anything. Maybe something about like the. No, I would say the dock is still pretty sturdy. Like not as like more sturdier. Like you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's fine. I wish so much like what they would have done with the Switch I wish they would have done some type of like UI with the dock while it's docked, or
Mm.
with the
Mhm.
screen while it's docked, because there's the part of the screen that even on the original Switch that while it's docked, there's still a part of the screen that sticks out.
Yeah.
And when you slide it in for the first time, you see the battery indication on the screen, which is really cool. But I kind of wish they
Yeah.
would have done something like more like Mario running across the actual like dock.
Yeah.
That would
That
be
would be
really
cool to
cool.
see. Yeah.
Or just keep the battery light on, but then maybe that you run the risk of burning a
Yeah.
battery into your screen. But yeah, just something that would have been really cool, really fun. But yeah, no, it's nothing. It's the same. It's it's it's
Hmm.
it's the same. It runs in 4K. I guess we didn't talk about that. That's the thing. It
Yeah. It
runs
does
in
do now.
4K, a fake
Hmm.
4K.
Yeah.
Um,
It's nice though for the in dock mode the resolution to finally match.
yeah.
So that.
So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna definitely be hooking it up to my TV, pulling it
Mhm.
up to the couch, and
Right.
just
Go to
grinding
the
that.
settings. Yeah.
See how that looks. Wonder if I can really notice a difference
Uh,
in Mario
honestly,
Kart
I noticed a slight difference
in the
when it.
handheld from 4K.
Yeah, just a very slight. But I played it on like my buddy's TV, which is crazy. So I don't know. I found out more when I played actually here.
Yeah, I mean, and that could be huge for Mario Kart because it is a very bright and colorful game. So I would
Yeah.
imagine, I would hope that those colors really come through on a screen, or on a 4K screen,
Hmm.
fake 4K. But yeah, speaking of Mario Kart, let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much that we can talk about in terms of the hardware anymore. So Mario Kart is out. It's the
Hmm.
flagship game. It's the game everyone's playing. It's probably the bundle that you bought. And if you didn't, you're an idiot, or you just really
Hmm.
hate Mario Kart. I don't know. Either way, it's the game everyone's playing and talking about. Poor Elden Ring.
I know.
It's you want to start this one off because I feel like I have
About
a lot of
Mario Kart.
opinions. Yes,
Okay, so it's okay. I don't know. It's weird for me when it comes to talking about Mario Kart because as you know, I am not a Mario Kart fan. I'm not a racing game fan. That being said, I do enjoy this one more than 8. Mario Kart 8.
really.
Yeah, I think the a lot of the level designs are really cool. I think the new knockout mode, that is a lot of fun. You played that, right?
Yeah, I played a couple rounds.
Yeah, I think that mode is really fun.
Hmm.
Um I don't know. It just feels like a Mario Kart game to me. It does feel better than 8, but yeah, I'm just not a big Mario Kart guy. Did you complete all the tours?
Yes.
Hmm. So that final one was cool.
Oh man, I don't want to jump the gun on this, but man, that Rainbow Road is special in this game.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I almost shed a tear. I was like, oh my gosh, this is something else. Yeah. This game, for context of my temperature with the Mario Kart, is that the best way I can put it is my probably earliest memory ever in life is playing Mario Kart.
Hmm.
I played Mario Kart 64 on 64, obviously. I don't even know how old I was. Was probably playing it before I could remember that I was playing it. And throughout all the generations of Nintendo, I've been playing Mario Kart religiously, just whether playing with my friends, my family, myself, chasing after new carts and characters. It is the franchise of Nintendo that really just, no matter what, I'm going to jump in. It is the reason why I bought a Wii U. I bought a Wii U just to play Mario Kart 8 before it became deluxe because of just how great it looked. I wanted something different or something new because before then, it was really just Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS and then Wii before that. And I didn't really like the Wii one. But
Mhm.
yeah, Mario Kart has always been a staple of my life really. And it's such a great marriage of like racing and just arcade fun. It's like
Mhm.
perfect for everyone. Anyone could jump in. It's so accessible that someone like me who was probably 2 years old and didn't even like have fully developed all of my cognitive thinking was still able to just get my hand around that goofy N64 controller and still,
Mhm.
you know, just drive around. And this game, I think, of course, it switches it up. It switches up the
No pun
what we
intended.
expect. Oh, hey, switch, yeah. It switches up what we know about Mario Kart, and it comes with a lot of concerns, maybe even gripes from me. But that's coming from
Mhm.
someone that is just so in love with the franchise that I'm trying to adjust to it.
Right.
Um, the game, I'll just say overall, the game. My biggest gripe with the game is it feels slow to me. I don't know if you feel that, but I know I played on 200cc on Mario Kart 8, but I would still play 150 if I'm playing with friends or
Mhm.
my family. I would always
Mhm.
play either on 100 or 150, but if I'm like playing by myself, I would play on 200. So me playing even on 150 wouldn't be a problem. I still had fun. But
Mhm.
when I booted this up, I went straight into 150,
Right.
and it's it still felt slow.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with just the overall system of this game of just being bigger and larger. There's 24 players on the track, and that
Mhm.
seems like it would kind of just translate, you know, from just 8. Like you could possibly just put 24 kart players in 8, and it would probably play out similar. But they take
Mhm.
that concept of more kart players and really try to develop a whole system and a world around that. And that being that the tracks are wider.
Yeah.
There's a
Much
lot
wider.
more like open space. There's a lot less tight turns, like going from turn to turn because they're wider. So then the turns automatically are going to have a really large or smaller apex. So the need to really tightly drift around a corner like you would in all the tracks really in Mario Kart 8 is almost obsolete in this game. And
Mhm.
that's kind of disappointing for me because I think that was kind of like the best part about Mario Kart 8 and what made it really kind of really be the best Mario Kart in my opinion is that they really found a way of making all the tracks really just flow so naturally but also so fast. Have you ever seen the Speed Racer movie?
I've never seen that.
That movie has such you can really sense the speed in that movie just watching it. And that's
Mhm.
how it Mario Kart 8 had this really great feeling of speed because you're constantly in motion doing different things. You're not just driving in a straight path all the time. There's either an obstacle or there's some type of wind that requires you to always be drifting or just even turning. And I think in this game that is kind of traded for the bigger tracks. And
Yeah.
I think the concept of the bigger tracks, them being either um, point A to point B type races, which all of them are, but some of them are laps within the little
Mhm.
track that they are kind of at any given race because the if the 24 player gimmick isn't the main gimmick, then it's the, going from one track to another almost seamlessly,
Mm-hmm.
having to drive from one track to another. And I don't have a problem with that. I think it's really fun to see how these tracks are really interwoven with each other. So, and they look great. And it
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like I'm
it's
really
beautiful.
bashing on this, but even though I have a problem with kind of just how the tracks actually play out, they are still incredibly fun. And
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like overall that I've been really negative on this, but I really like this game. I'm having so much fun with it. It really feels like a proper new entry in a series that really shakes up the formula while also feeling familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also rewarding in the sense that they have so many things that are worth looking forward to, worth experiencing, and not only in the unlockables, but also in experimenting. There's a couple
Mm-hmm.
new mechanics such as like rail riding and wall riding. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
There's a couple new mechanics that are are interesting. They feel a little weird. I think it's kind
Yeah,
of
they're kind of
it feels weird to try to grind on a rail or even try to attempt to get onto a wall. It's
okay.
really
It's good.
it's really interesting. It's really fun when it works, but it feels
Yeah,
like it's really hard right now. And of course, we've only played like a couple hours. We've had
right.
less than a day with it, and that just
And
comes with time.
I'm happy to know you share that opinion because I thought I was just ass at the game. So it's good to know you're yeah.
There's just like there's such a sense of speed with these games, like I was talking about, that
Mm-hmm.
when you have to pull off a maneuver that is so particular,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost impossible. You
Right.
have to master it. And thankfully, and I don't even know if I want to say thankfully because it's almost a criticism also. There is a slight um like pull, like there's like a sense of like gravity that the game is trying to help you pull these maneuvers off. So rather
Mm-hmm.
than like landing straight on a telephone wire, you kind of like either do a flip on them or you're already in a jump about to land on
Right.
one, and then you can kind of just feel like a little tug of the game just being like, okay, you kind of overshot that a little bit, let me just like pull you over. So then those little moments where it's like sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm in control,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be frustrating because after all, you have all these people like whizzing by you, and when you just feel like, okay, that's not what I really necessarily meant to do. I don't know if I did that wrong or if the game's like telling me that I did it wrong and it's taking it into your own hands. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even talking about like the little assistive system that they have of like the antenna on the back of the car where,
Oh yeah,
it's
that whole thing.
the little training wheel. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's a system that like there's a rail, and if you try driving up to it, even if you're like off a little bit, it's gonna like pull you a little bit to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you're on it.
Right.
And it's not huge, it's not all that noticeable, but you can definitely just feel like a slight, someone's like taking the steering wheel from you, like a little tug.
Right.
And it's fine. It's definitely needed for these type of new systems where it's very you got to really finesse your way into making sure that if you want to pull off these new moves, you got to do it almost perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, then that's where those systems come in. And hopefully you don't pull it off terribly because then it's going to go really bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're either just going to crash into something or you're going to just jump completely off into an obstacle or just off the map or off the track. Do you feel like that? Do you like have you been feeling like this this tug of war?
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Though maybe not as much because I didn't really do a lot of the railing stuff. I kind of like stayed away from them because they kind of made me mad. Because so you know how like there's railings in the game that you can go on, and it's pretty obvious which ones you can go on and which ones you can't.
Yeah.
I was playing on 3-player split screen.
Really?
Yeah, and I could not tell the difference between the railings. So every time I tried riding one, it would just break it.
Yeah, that'll probably just come with time.
Yeah, honestly, it's just memorization. But I get what you mean though, because when I did try going, it did kind of feel the slight tugging, as you were saying.
Yeah. But it's honestly not that big of a problem. I think I just
No.
as someone that played so much Mario Kart 8, it's just it does feel a little frustrating, and it almost makes this new system almost like I don't want to even try it, because even when I do try it, it almost feels like I'm not getting an advantage. It's like, oh, here's this cool rail. Let me just do a little cool flip on it.
Yeah.
And but then I get on it and I feel like I'm going slower as
Hmm.
someone's passing me. So maybe that I just gotta like practice chaining these like different flips and whatnot.
Yeah, it's one of those things that might get better with time, but as you said, we're less than 24 hours into
Yeah,
the game.
which is why I don't. I'm not dissing the game for this at all. This is just coming from someone that is very particular about my Mario Kart games, and
Hmm.
I'm not afraid to play a new game. I'm
Right.
just or
Can,
like you have different systems, something new.
can I ask your opinion about one thing about the Mario Kart that I'm kind of curious what you think of it?
What's that?
The fact that the costumes are like you have to scroll to
Oh,
get to
don't
the
even get me
costume.
started on
Bro,
that. What
it
the
pisses me off.
hell? Okay, so yes. Well, first off, let's talk about the world,
Right, okay.
specifically the free realm. All right.
Right.
Um,
I didn't spend too much time in the free roam. I'm not sure if you did.
I spent an hour or two in it, and
Okay. Yeah.
it's fine. There's
Hmm.
certainly a lot to do, and it's really fun and worth exploring. Just living in a Mario world, just
Hmm.
driving around in a Mario world, seeing things going on. There's like some real time events that happen, which are really cool. It'd be like you're just driving, and then someone's like trying to throw something at you while they're
Hmm.
driving in front of you, and you gotta go like chase them down with the green shell. You gotta snipe them or whatever. There's a lot of like challenges where you hit the what is it called, like the
The P block.
yeah, the P block.
What's it? Power? No, I forgot.
I want to say like the what was it, the boom,
It's
the one that like shakes
it's.
everything. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
other one.
yeah.
Anyways, the world is essentially just everything, is all of the tracks and then everything in between.
Hmm.
And the world is designed for you to seamlessly just drive literally on all of them and off of them without a problem. The only problems that stand in your way are buildings and terrain, right? You can't
Hmm.
just you can't just, drive up a wall or whatever. You're actually driving around in this world. There's, I don't want to say consequences, but you're certainly trying to um appropriately drive around in this world. And it's fun. I mean, it's
Hmm.
you're driving around in Mario Kart, in a
Yeah.
Mario world. It's really fun to, especially after playing all of the all of the pre's. So now having playing all of the tracks, to go
Hmm.
back into this open world and kind of drive around and even experience them backwards, or
Hmm.
some of the tracks that when you're doing it in a pre or a versus race are linear, so you can just try to do it the other way. And or on tracks like normal lap tracks, there's certainly a lot of different shortcuts. Like with these larger tracks, they certainly come with a lot more shortcuts. So being able to
Yeah.
like kind of just go around in the free roam and just take your time and just slow down a little bit with no worry, you
Mhm.
get the ability to just like really just check out what any shortcuts that you'd be like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Then next time you go into
Yeah.
Grand Prix, you'll be like, oh yeah, I
It
remember that.
it's also like a nice practice mode just to
Yeah.
get used to all the new stuff.
Plus, you can
And it's
hang
also
out with
nice how
friends in there.
seamless. Yeah. Wait, can you? Oh, you can.
Yeah,
I
you can
forgot you
create a
can.
party
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, it's a
And I
lot of
also
fun.
like how like seamless it is too. Like how you're just at the menu and then you just
Oh,
hit start and then you're in it.
the power of the Switch really comes through. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's load times are really quick, and then even when you're in the game, the load time of going into the open world is
hmm
seamless. I don't think there is a loading screen
I don't think no. It's like
because
no, there isn't.
when you load in, once you get past like the title screen,
hmm
the background is a character driving somewhere in the world. So if you just press the start button, you'll just go straight into the world as that person that was driving, and you'll just basically take over their spot.
hmm
But, yeah, that's so much fun. But with the open world, is aside from just driving around aimlessly, there are certain and doing challenges. I guess there's stuff to collect. There's stuff to pick up, and you collect things by completing challenges and things as in stickers. There's stickers that you can slap onto the side of
Yeah.
your cart for you to collect, and you can earn those by doing just playing the game. So driving a certain amount of time or collecting a certain amount of coins, you'll just gradually earn stickers just by playing. But then also you earn stickers by um, completing the little P button challenges. And then there's
Mhm.
also just little other things hidden throughout. Like there's stacks of coins, and then there's um, uh, question blocks that you can just try to. I don't even, I'm not too sure what those are for because I don't feel like you get a reward when you step over or drive over
Yeah,
them.
I don't. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll figure that out. But then there's also for whatever reason they gave Yoshi the important job of I guess providing all the food in this world because
hmm
he runs a food truck, a food stand, a just gas station restaurant. Yeah, Yoshi has these little like food items that are just scattered throughout the world and even in races as well in normal Grand Prix and I believe I would assume versus races and
hmm
knockout, maybe a knockout. But they're essentially just mushrooms, but when you activate them, you will change your character's outfit potentially, not all the time. And if it'll be random, I think,
Yeah, I
and
think it is.
because sometimes I'll like they're everywhere, especially in the free roam.
Mhm.
You can get like three of them within 10 seconds sometimes
Yeah.
because the cars will be like dragging them like they would a question block. And there's a lot of times that I got multiple in a row and it just kept the same outfit or just reverted back to the default one.
Right.
But yeah, so you get outfits and a little boost by activating these items, and then once you have acquired, if you're playing as Donkey Kong and you drove through one of these food items and it gave you an outfit that you never had before, well then that's how you just unlocked it.
Mhm.
The problem is
Yeah.
when going to the character selection screen of the game in any form, just wherever you're going, whether it's Grand Prix, Knockout versus Battle, whatever, there's a lot of outfits to be unlocked. However, the game does not sort these by the most obvious solution by, clicking on a folder within a single character. For
Right, like how
example,
most games do it.
clicking on Mario and then having all of his options available, to sort through them. No, this game, which already we have to address, and I'll just a shout out. The game has a lot of characters. There's so many people. I haven't
Yeah.
even unlocked a majority of them. But goddamn, we got a cow. We got cow.
Yeah, we just got the most random
We
characters.
got Wiggler. I mean, I know Wiggler was in the last one. Piranha Plant? Yeah. Was Piranha Plant in the
Yeah,
last one?
yeah, Piranha Plant. Yeah, right.
I don't know. We got the crab. What the hell's the crab doing in here?
Yeah,
We
we
got
just
the
got a crab in
penguin.
there. We got the like long neck thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The concord. I don't know. But yeah. So there's a lot of characters,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're also mixed in with the outfits. So I think Mario himself has like, I don't know, 10 unlockable outfits.
I
So
know.
if you want to if you want to just pick a character before going into Grand Prix, you're going to have to either, if you want to play Mario, search for Mario's outfits, or
Mm-hmm.
shuffle through Mario's outfits just to get
Mm-hmm.
to the other character that you want. Now think about this with all the characters having their outfits. Now not all characters even have an outfit or have as many
Right.
as
I think like
Mario.
I think like Pauline only has like two.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
I do not get it.
No, but at least the outfits are cool though. Honestly, the outfits look really nice. My
Yeah,
favorite. Have you played the Luigi yet,
I have not. Luigi is
bro? He
not particular my guy.
he's my guy. He has the best outfit in the game. It is it's French. He has like the black and white like striped shirt.
Oh, does he have the little bonnet or whatever
Yeah,
it's called?
I think if I remember, yeah, but it's the best outfit in the game. So the outfits rock.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think my original point was that it makes it a lot of fun for the free roam.
Mm-hmm.
That like finally in a racing game, in a Mario Kart game, nonetheless, that unlocking something feels rewarding because you feel like you're actually driving towards a certain task.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you want more Donkey Kong skins, well then you gotta play as Donkey Kong. Whereas in previous games it'd be like race this amount of time, do this many tracks, collect this many coins, and instead there's just like, hey, what's behind this? Or maybe
Mm-hmm.
let's try picking up this steak kebab that Yoshi is selling over here and hope that it's something different. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling like what I learned is that I'm pretty sure that there's different types of food that Yoshi sells,
Right.
and I think what you have to find is like it's random. You can't really figure out which one it's going to be, but you have to have a different food for it to be a different outfit. So like
Okay, so like
I
the
think like one
pizza, the ice
outfit, yeah,
cream.
like a pizza associates with one version of Mario, and then I think maybe um, those types of food would also appear in different areas of the map. I could be
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but that's just my theory
It kind of seems like it.
because it felt like when I was driving around, I was playing Donkey Kong trying to get an outfit, and I went through like five of them, and I was getting the same stuff, but then I was also still like kind of in the same area. So I was like, okay, maybe if I just like get out of this desert area and go more into like the grassy area, then the food over there is gonna be different. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the it feels good though. The game is a lot of fun. I didn't jump into battle, unfortunately. I think I might do that later.
Yeah,
But
I didn't do it either.
the tracks are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only other thing I'll say about the tracks is that they don't feel as like iconic in a way that
Yeah.
like they don't stand out like this feels like the desert version of a Mario Kart circuit, right? Or Mario circuit track, or this
Mm-hmm.
one just feels there's a couple that are very stand out. um Particularly we talked about Rainbow Road,
Right, that one
incredible.
was crazy.
But I also want to shout out the Boo one, the
The
Boo's
Boo one is
the
really
Boo's
cool.
Theater.
That yeah.
That one, that is an all timer already.
Yeah. That and then there was one where it was Bowser's. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? The lava?
Yeah.
That one was really cool. I hated it.
Oh, so you hated it?
I hated it. It looked really cool, but man, I know I can't do that one.
Anything else anything else
Like
about?
track wise.
Yeah.
The only
Well, just
standout one
anything about the game.
I think about the game in general. I still got to play more free roam. I think to actually build like a more like round opinion on it because I didn't. I've played like max maybe like 10 minutes of the free roam, and then I played just a lot of um Grand Picks. But did you? We should probably get the knockout tour.
Yeah.
That one, that's the real fun one in my opinion.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I didn't play too much of it, but
I just it being literally seamless. So like, there's no loading screens. You just keep going.
yeah.
I think it's really cool, and I really like how the stages transition really well. And I think it's so much more competitive to have to try to fight for like I think it starts from 6th, 18th, 20th place to 16th to 12th.
Yeah.
To just go down that ladder is so much fun, and that's why I kind of like it more than Mario Kart 8 is because this is like the game mode I actually found a lot of more fun in, and I kept playing it. Did you? How many games of it did you play?
I think I did 2 tours or whatever they're calling it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited for this game mode, and I think it plays awesome.
Yeah.
Um, there is a sense of speed in this one, in this mode, unlike Grand Prix,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's something with the items where when you get closer and closer towards the end, there's an increase of mushrooms that are spawning
Uh huh.
through the question box. So it is just everyone just boosting and boosting and boosting because everyone's just going zooming towards the end,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun. It makes the game definitely a lot more chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I think the items overall in both modes are really chaotic.
What do you think about the bullet bill? Because that one's changed a little bit.
I don't think I've ever gotten it.
You never gotten it?
No, because I'm always in first, baby.
Oh my god. Well,
What's
as someone
different
who's
about it?
always in last, it sucks ass. It doesn't damage players anymore, and it also
Good,
ends a lot faster.
good.
So it just listen, I'm in last place all the time. I need that to do something, but it's fine. Honestly, it's. I know one of my friends was really hating it, but I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I are there? I was trying to think. Are there any new items?
Um, yeah. There's the comic, the little wizard guy that wears the
Oh
hood.
yeah, that really doesn't do. That just changes the
Yeah, but then
character, doesn't it?
he also like lays like if he turns you into like the piranha plant or whatever, then he
Mhm.
spawns piranha plants like in the road.
Oh, that's what causes that. Okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Is there anything else? I don't think so.
Yeah. I do have a question for you though.
Hmm.
Do you think you can answer? Is this game worth the 80?
I think that varies from person to person.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're looking at this game from the outside and you're not a Mario Kart person and you just kind of just want just to get the game just to jump into, the hype, uh
Mm-hmm.
probably not. But if you're someone that, you buy a Switch because you want the party games, you want to play with others, you want to have something that, you know, even 8 years later, I'm still playing Mario Kart with friends, then
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. If you're going to be, if you're going to be playing your Switch and you're going to be having people over that you can give your Joy-Con to, just pick up a game real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, this Switch 2 is the perfect device for that. And Mario Kart games, like I said earlier, is one of the most accessible games. So, yeah, I mean, it really varies person to person. Personally,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, I think this game, especially down the line, if they do add DLC, um, just looking at what they did with Rainbow Road, I mean, are you kidding me, man?
That
What
was
are they gonna do
such a
with
cool
the?
level.
I would love to see the DLC kind of do a little bit more of a like a retrospective, bring back legacy maps. I
Mhm.
want to see this new version of these maps, or like the
How
old maps in this new kind of 24 version
Mhm.
way, baby.
how how would new maps work? Like, would they have to
I think that
build a
they
whole
would
new
just
section or
redesign
like?
them, but still make them. I would imagine like maybe there's like an island that comes in.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Mhm.
Any other final thoughts?
Um, I think we pretty much went through everything. If this were the end of the review, how many Ripleys out of 10 would you give it?
I would give it so far 8.5, possibly 9. I would just give it 9. I don't like
Nine
points.
Ripleys out of 10.
Yep.
That's respectable, yeah. I would say 7.5 Ripleys out of 10 for me. What would you give Mario Kart 8?
Oh,
Out of
10.
curiosity to compare 10?
10.
Okay, I
10
shouldn't have
for
even
sure.
asked that.
Yeah, I mean, that game had, from start to finish, it was all the tracks in 8 are stand out. The game plays well. It looks great. The soundtrack is
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is perfect in my book.
Mhm.
All right, I want to move on to another game that I've been playing that I played a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe like an hour. And that's, of course, you know what it is. It's the best game. The game that we were looking
Mhm.
forward to most. I'm talking about Home
Exactly.
Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Bigger release on the Switch.
I had
I mean,
to.
bigger release than Mario World. Yeah.
Yeah. Top note. I why is this game not a pack in?
It should have been a pack-in, dude.
But this game is so funny. It's really fun to kind of go around and learn about the
Mhm.
Switch. I guess if you're into that, just being like, okay, but it's dumbed down. This is baby stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll see there's these like little information booths, like you're at like a convention basically. So you're like going around and and learning about the Switch, and it's giving you like basically PowerPoint presentations about how things work in each system. So like there's a ladder down at the bottom of the screen that puts
Mhm.
you on top of the slide, or not the slide, the colored part of the thing right there. So
Yeah.
if you were to go down there and go across there, you can learn about
Like
the
different
mouse
little
sensor and the steel triggers on, or bumpers on the inside of the Joy Cons, and it'll just give you just like little PowerPoint presentation like this, and then you walk up to these little tables where they will actually quiz you. So then, based on
Mhm.
what you learned from these little PowerPoints, they will actually go ahead and give you a quiz. But these quizzes are, like I said, it was made for babies essentially, because
Yeah, it's not.
there was one quiz that I was doing that was all about the Joy-Con, I think, or like
Mhm.
the the magnets, I think. And it was
Yeah.
like the question was like, what makes the Joy-Con stick to the console?
Yeah.
And the options were like glue, magnets, um, sliding, or love. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
whatever. But then you get to these other parts that actually have challenges. So it'll have you actually test this stuff out. So if you go here, um, some of them aren't necessarily challenges, but they're like you can see like there's like a checklist,
Like demos.
and yeah, it'll have you kind of just play
Mhm.
around. This one was fine, I guess. It was just, but it feels good. Yeah, you could definitely like play around with this, and it does
Yeah.
feel like you're tossing stuff around. Is there? Did they go to the UFO one? Oh,
Dude,
this one was really cool.
fuck that UFO one, dude.
Wait, so you've played this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you say anything? Why have you
I
just
thought you played it.
explained?
Wait, did you not play it?
I did.
Oh yeah, you did. I thought you knew that I knew that I played it.
No, I thought I was explaining this to you. So you know what I'm
No,
talking
I
about.
I thought you were. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. This Rumble one was cool. I
Yeah,
like this one.
this one was a lot of fun. I
You
could
had to
not
like
do the
feel out the
second one.
rumble.
The second one I was so off every time.
Mhm. Dude, that UFO one took me 30 minutes to get the 30 seconds. That was so stupid
Did you
hard.
do the
I was
second one?
mad. Collecting the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that one quicker.
Wow.
That one took me less time, but the actual first one, bro, I hate that one so much.
Yeah.
Dude, at one point it was like 20 minutes in, I got 29.99 seconds.
That's tough.
I was out of there. I was so mad.
Yeah. So I mean, it's whatever.
It should have been packaged.
I think I'm gonna stick with it. I think I'm gonna go around. I'm not looking forward to the quizzes, but it's fun trying to test out see what the demos are made of.
Mhm.
It's probably the only way you will see some of these features actually be implemented into the Switch. But
Yeah.
if it's fine, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Maybe
I
might
had
be
to do
better
it for
than
the meme.
Astrobot.
Yeah, maybe game of the year contender.
Might be.
Aside from that, that's really all I've played so far.
Yeah.
Again, like we
Did
said, we're less than 24 hours in, and
Did you not try the Tears of the Kingdom upgraded?
I downloaded it, but never jumped in.
Dude, that is silky smooth now. It is
Yeah,
so
I
nice.
really want to. I actually went to the store and I was like, I really want to get Puyo Tetris 2,
I thought about
but
it.
that thing was $40. I
That's
was like,
40.
I'm
Oh,
good. I'm good.
dude, I felt bad because when I was in line for the GameStop, the guy behind me was talking about how he bought Tears of the Kingdom when it came out, but he never played it because he thought the Switch 2 would be right around the corner. So getting it that night was gonna be his first time playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Good for him.
Props to him for waiting 2 years.
Yeah, what a champ.
But dude, just like going from like the sky and then flying down is
Yeah.
literally so smooth now. It
Yeah,
is
we talked about
beautiful.
this last week. Like I said, that there was kind of like you were kind of taken out of it when you'd be jumping off, and it would kind of like
Yeah.
stutter going into um, from one level to or one layer to another. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure it's gonna feel really great. And like does it feel like a different game?
Yeah, it feels way smooth. You
Cool.
notice it like immediately.
Yeah. How does it look? Do you think it looks different?
So the resolution is definitely better, but I feel like because I played it on handheld mode,
Yeah.
so I think the colors it felt a lot less, but that's because I usually played it on my OLED. So
Yeah.
it kind of just felt foggy, but I can take it over the just to have better frames, honestly. So I wouldn't say it's a make or break.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also looking
Mhm.
forward to I booted up the GameCube
Oh, you
and
didn't try
booted
that
up.
out yet?
Yeah, I booted up
Mhm.
Wind Waker, but then I was just like, I can't commit to this right now. This is a whole thing.
I don't blame you. And
But I booted up quick.
did it?
I
Oh yeah.
I just I can't believe they don't give us, and maybe I'm wrong, but I can't believe there's no option to remove that stupid bezel, the
Oh,
stupid
I
border.
know.
What the hell, man? That's so frustrating.
Mhm. Now, isn't Wind Waker your favorite Legend of Zelda?
Sure is.
You have a tattoo of it too, don't you?
I do. Yep.
Did,
I think I'll give it a try. I mean, it's kind of a long game.
it is, but
I
did
don't
you
want to
play it
do
on
it
the
for much.
GameCube or Wii U?
Both.
Both? Oh,
Yep. I grew up with that. That's why. It's
yeah.
one of my first one of that being Ocarina.
Hmm.
Any other games you played? That's about it for me.
I tried out Soul Calibur on the GameCube,
Mm-hmm.
and then I spent like 10 minutes in Stardew Valley again.
On on the Switch too. You put.
Yeah, because you got
Oh,
me into that game.
thank you for bringing that up. Dude, setting this thing up. Nintendo, what the hell? I don't know if you've experienced the same thing,
Mm.
but I had to scan I think 5 QR codes to just get my shit
Yeah,
running.
yeah. Did,
Signing up like or signing in to your Nintendo account and then transferring data from one
yeah,
Switch to another and then just getting into the store and then I think I had to do it again for adding my card.
yeah. Did you set up the C button yet?
Um
Because
no.
that's a whole process. That's a whole fucking process too, setting that up.
Like the chat.
Yeah, the chat. Because you also got to sign into your Nintendo, scan a QR code. You got to put your phone number in. You got to do a
Oh yeah, I think I did. I put my phone number into something. I think it was the chat.
yeah. It's just they put a lot of pop ups for getting shit set up.
Yeah, but so you transferred your data, right?
Yeah,
So
I
your Stardew save was just
everything's
there.
every perfect. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
which I got to thank you for getting me into that game because that is a really good game.
that's what I do. All right. Anything else?
For the Nintendo Switch 2,
Top notes.
yeah, I don't think anything. I think it's fun. It's nice. I think it's better than the Switch One, obviously. We're just gonna have to wait and see when more things come out for it. Because honestly, there's not a lot out.
Yeah, yeah. I
There's
think the
just Mario
lineup
Kart
was
World Welcome Tour.
pretty. Did you not
I know.
play? You didn't get Deltarune?
I haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, I'm playing it tomorrow. Sorry, it's one of my things because me and my buddy we played chapter one when it came out, so now we play the chapters together because it's been that long. And I just want to say the fact I played chapter one like my freshman year of high school,
Yeah. And now you're
and now
waiting for 3 and 4 on the Switch too,
yeah, I'm 20 now.
and it's out.
Hmm. I'm excited.
Yeah. You don't think you'll return yours?
My Switch 2?
Yeah.
No,
You think
I
you're keeping
I'm
it?
gonna I'm keeping it. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting Civilization for the Switch 2
Yeah.
because I
Use the
want to use the
mouse.
mouse control somewhere.
Yeah. What about Cyberpunk?
Dude, I keep going back and forth because a part of me is
I
like
know.
a part of me is like I kind of want to try it just so I can say that I tried it on the Switch and maybe do like a review on it. Then
Your
the other part of me is like that's $70.
your save files will transfer.
Wait, does?
Yeah. There's cross progression.
What the fuck? Okay, wait. Oh, okay, this might be worth it. I don't know. I keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, there you have it. Our Switch 2
Mhm.
reviews. Now, before we go, I do want to touch a little bit on the state of play yesterday because we got a couple cool
Mhm.
things, including we got a new look at Ghost of Yotai, which I was just like, oh my gosh, don't show me anything. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. Just stop showing me. I got it. I'm good. I'm in. I was sold the
You just
moment
want to
they
go in
announced
blind when
it.
the game comes
I'm
out.
done. Just, you're good. We're sold. I'm sold. I don't need any more.
Mhm.
Um, we got more gameplay of Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is one of my most anticipated game for this year. I plan on playing the second game because I haven't played it and making a video because I made a video for the original one, or at least Metal Gear
Right.
Solid. So that should be fun. And the game looks great. The only thing is, the game looks great, but it's got the same animations, like character animations of, you know, the original game.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks a little jarring, but it looks fun. Uh, Astrobot keeps on
Yeah.
getting new. I don't want to call it DLC, but new levels are coming all the time, and we're
Yeah.
getting new
Fun.
bots. But I can't remember what her name is, but the Ghost of Yotai, she's
Mhm.
being added amongst other characters. Final
Mhm.
Fantasy, probably.
I'm still
There's no
pretty.
Final Fantasy.
Has there been no? Oh, holy shit! I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for Ghost of Yotai, even though I didn't finish Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I'm so excited.
There's only one reason why I'm excited for it.
What's that?
The game's main color is yellow, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got like a
Yeah,
yellow hue to it,
exactly. And I, favorite color, so I gotta play the game now.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the the creators of Tetris Effect showed off a new game, and it's
Ooh.
not Tetris, which is really exciting because I think they're
Mm-hmm.
definitely able to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna play
And
Tetris Effect?
have I ever played Tetris Effect?
Are
I
you
have
going
never.
to?
I've been wanting to. I think I might get it for the VR, the PlayStation VR 2.
That do you
Try it
have
out
it?
there. Mhm.
You have the VR too? All right, that's your homework.
You played Tetris Effect?
Get Tetris Effect, play it on VR, and then report back. Oh, my nose itches.
Yeah, I'll do that. Though we probably got one of the most exciting reveals, not reveals, but like exciting things at the state of play.
You talk about Silent Hill.
Yes, yes, that looks so good. And we got a release date,
Yeah,
September, which is close. Not
yeah.
close,
It seems like
moderately close.
September is filling out.
I've been so excited for this game ever since they announced it, like so many, like
People are jumping on
a lot of years ago.
now that GTA is well out of the question.
Yeah.
That September slot is really coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely looks scary. I don't
It
know.
def-
Is it is this gonna be like a Miles Morales situation? Do you think, or do you think this is like a full blown new game?
oh, this is a full blown new game, yeah. Especially with how far did you get in Silent Hill 2 remake?
Probably like 30 minutes.
Um,
Hey, there's an
you
October this year.
that's live stream in October. You're gonna play Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yeah, we can do
I'll
that.
make sure of it because that is one of my favorite games of all time.
Um, you know what? Some of my favorite thing is of all time.
So, what is this going to? Where is this going?
Uh, the thing that I was right about.
Which thing?
Mm, James Bond. Uh,
Yep, yep.
Now I saw a lot of feedback on this from the
Hmm.
interweb of people just not being impressed by this. I don't know what people aren't impressed by this. I know it. This is IOI, and this is the engine that they're running in, so it's not like the most groundbreaking graphics ever. But I think
Hmm.
it is still stylized in a way that doesn't make it look bad. Like I don't think it's the bad version of not looking groundbreaking. It's still like a really
No, it's
impressive
still a
like
good looking game.
it gives me like Spider-Man vibes because like
Yeah,
Spider-Man it
yeah.
doesn't feel like a like realistic graphically game, you know. This
Hmm.
is what it's giving me, and yeah, I mean this was the perfect marriage of creators and IP, you know, them working on Hitman and now working with the ultimate Hitman, really,
Hmm.
James Bond. It just seems like just the perfect marriage of the two ideas. And yeah, this is awesome. You got Money Penny, you got Q. They're using the Omega watches, which is hilarious.
I was gonna say, are you a James Bond fan?
Oh, I'm a huge James Bond fan.
I've only seen one, so.
Yeah, I love James Bond. I'm very excited for this.
Hmm. Yeah,
It
it seems like
looks
a perfect game for you.
yeah, loved him. Loved Hitman, loved James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like
Yeah.
big grand adventure. I can understand why people are like saying like, yeah, it definitely like looks, like it. It does kind of feel like a way out. It's giving a way out vibes, but I imagine they're because this is 2026. I imagine they still got like a lot to work out. If it feels
Yeah.
anything like Hitman, that's fine. That's fine. Hitman doesn't feel Hitman can kind of feel like a little. I don't want to say slow, but it's a little tight. You're not like
Mm-hmm.
dodge rolling with Hitman.
Right.
He's a very stiff man. So those games definitely, and I think that's intentional and it works. So if it feels like this, I think it's fine. I'm not going to be worried about it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a couple things. We got Pragmata. It lives. Um,
Yeah, it's real.
it's real. Neo 3, not really my
Mhm.
type of thing. We
Yeah,
already talked about the Astronaut Thief
that's kind of crazy. A
VR.
VR. Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a couple like, oh, the fighting stick. You gonna get the fighting stick?
Dude, I've thought about it. I like my fighting stick though, so I don't know if I'll. I don't know. Maybe I won't give a review on it.
Sword of the Sea.
Oh, sort of. Yeah.
All from the creators of Journey, and it looks
Mm-hmm.
like Journey. Oh my
It
god,
does. I
I
saw
am
the game
so
and I was
excited.
like happy. He's gonna be so excited.
Oh yeah, that game almost changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everybody's hot shot, everybody's golf hot shots.
I can't believe we're getting that again. Oh, what was the one game that looked really interesting? The multiplayer story.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That was what was that one? The Tides of Tomorrow, or the Sea of
It was.
Remnants. I think it was
It was.
Tides of Tomorrow. Yeah,
That
where
looked really good.
eh,
I'm
yeah,
interested.
seems like a developer nightmare.
That's what I'm curious about. I'm like, how do you?
Yeah, this one, February 24th, 2026. So not too long. I'm getting in there, right in that sweet spot before
I
GTA,
thought there was the Romeo game.
the Romeo. Is that the one where you get stabbed in the eye?
It's like the hack. Yeah,
Yeah,
that looked pretty fun. That just looks
yeah,
like a fun like action game.
yeah. And then of course the game that they kind of abruptly ended on. It
Mm-hmm.
it didn't feel like it was gonna be the last game, but it was a Marvel fighting game, and
Mm-hmm.
man, did this thing look sharp.
Dude,
Um,
I'm pretty excited for this.
yeah, I mean this thing really is checking off all the boxes. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fighting game person. I know you are ish,
Yeah.
and you have your fighting stick, so I imagine this is really really cool. Oh my god, this
Mm-hmm.
design for Iron Man is unreal. This is so
I was about to say this. This combines everything I would like in a fighting game.
that design of Iron Man specifically though,
Mm-hmm.
that is so my shit.
Mm-hmm. The like mecha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about this is just how they presented this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's necessarily it was the best decision to do it in this direct, especially with or this state of play, especially with how the show inevitably ended. But I think going immediately after this little trailer, which I think does pretty well show off the game and what to expect
Mm-hmm.
from it in terms of gameplay. They go into like a almost dev commentary documentary,
Yeah.
and one of the things that stood out to me was that the dev came out and said, and we're like, hey, yes, this is a four tag team fighter, and I know the four people sounds daunting because oh, does that mean I have to learn four characters? I have to master four characters? And they addressed that concern like right away, which I thought was
Yeah, which is nice.
like such a refreshing take in what these state of plays can be. I don't know. I don't think they should necessarily do that for every game, but I think for a
Mhm.
game like this that is certainly eye catching, it was kind of,
Mhm.
I think, the right choice. The only thing is, like I said, it feels like the show ends right after this, and it feels really abrupt. It felt like there was like a one more thing after this.
Yeah, they they probably should have beforehand said this would be the last like one more thing.
Yeah, it was very, very abrupt. But
Mhm.
I think overall it was fine. Lots of cool things.
Mhm.
Lots of surprises. A lot of new stuff. It wasn't just necessarily Ghost of Yotai, which we can already expect. The other thing about Ghost of Yotai that pisses me off is it was like what, a 30-second little cinematic thing just for them to tell
Yeah.
us, hey, we're doing a state of play for Ghost of Tsushima later this summer. Cool.
Mhm.
Why are they not showing off Death Stranding?
Yeah, that game comes out in less than
It's in like 3 weeks.
yeah, and but the last trailer we got was 10 minutes long, so
Just a little thing, just something, something to put PlayStation in front and be like, hey, by the way,
Mhm.
this big game is coming out on
Yeah,
PS5
a
in
lot of people's most
a
anticipated
couple
game this
weeks. Like, we
year.
know that the Switch is
Mhm.
coming out tomorrow, but like, hey, by the way, don't forget, there's the biggest game of the summer probably
Mhm.
is coming out.
Yeah, which I got. Dude, I'm so excited. I got the collector's edition for Death Stranding too.
So
So,
you're getting a figurine or something.
dude, it's like 15 inches.
Wow, how much
So
was
I'll
it?
show it off when it comes in. I don't want to
Okay.
say. No, I think it was like
I mean, I guess I could look it up.
200 something. The only thing that sucks about it is it doesn't come with the physical game.
Yeah, that's so annoying. I always hate that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it was. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely my most anticipated game.
Yeah, hopefully I will have invested enough time into the Switch and then maybe start streaming. And then
Hmm.
I'm gonna hopefully stream um, Death Stranding in time for Death Stranding
Yeah,
2 because I really
I
want
don't
to.
have too much fun because time passes when you're playing Death Stranding one.
Yeah, just like most games.
But this one's a lot of fun.
Uh, I don't know.
It's, you'll get into it. Just give it 5 hours.
Your your mic is picking up.
What's it
Like,
picking up?
I don't know, like you moving around or something.
Okay, yeah.
What was
Sorry, I
that?
just heard
Was
something.
that a cat?
I don't know. I don't know what that was. That scared the shit out of me. I think something fell.
Anything else? Anything else we're missing?
Um, I don't think so. Just next podcast is going to be a big one.
Yes, we got SGF tomorrow. I wish we could stream it, but I have to work. We both have
Mhm.
to work, and that sucks. But we will definitely be back here next week to talk all about the latest that is going to be coming out within the next couple days with everything going on at SGF, the Xbox uh,
Mm.
broadcast or whatever they're calling it,
Oh my,
showcase.
dude! If
So
they,
much.
dude, I'll fucking I'll eat something awful if they announce P4 remake, Persona 4 remake. I want that so bad.
Yep. I'll be looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll you can talk all about it next week.
Mm-hmm. Well, June 8th is the Xbox one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Monday, right?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. Our Switch 1 or Switch 2 day one impressions. That's what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're going to be playing a lot more Mario Kart. I'm sure we'll be talking about it a whole lot more in the next coming weeks. We will probably be talking about other games that we've been playing on the Switch as more games come out. And we're
Mm-hmm.
also just like a month and a half away from the next big game, with Donkey Kong, which is really exciting
Yeah.
to now
And the
having
wheelchair
our
game.
and the wheelchair game. It's gonna be fun. After getting our hands on the Switch 2,
Mm-hmm.
now understanding how the console feels. I mean, it's not like it's revolutionary or any different, but I can see myself really getting into Donkey Kong with this new hardware. I can see the promise that this hardware, you know, is teasing. And I think
Mhm.
if it runs as well as Mario Kart or even the OS, then it should be really, really, really interesting. But
Mhm.
that is a month and a half away. But we will be here. We will be talking about it. So go ahead, give us a like and subscribe and review. Give us a review on Spotify. 5 stars, of course.
Mhm.
Nothing else. It really helps out. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.